On this episode, we have special guest who's known as Cav VIP, Kavitha. She's a property developer, a project manager. She's the owner of a company called Allura. Thanks for being on the show.
No problem.
So, Cav, tell us about you. Who are you and what do you do?
Well, I'm a property developer and project manager, and I basically work with my own money and investors' money to create properties for people. So I purchase on their behalf and basically create investment opportunities for them by multiplying the amount of dwellings that are on that property.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And what would you define success as?
For myself, probably a few years ago, I thought it was financial, and it's probably only been the last year where I thought, yeah, I'm sort of getting to that point, but I wanted more, and I think it's everything. I think it's every aspect of life, health, wealth, travel, family, and I think also financial freedom gives you a lot of that, and to have it multiplied a few times over. So,
yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Very good. And tell us, do you have a mentor or coach?
Yes, I've got a couple of property coaches, and I've just recently started off with a life coach just to get to that next level.
Yep.
So I'd sort of hit a bit of a, I guess last year I was like, oh, I'm getting a bit bored, I need to do something more, and so just invested some time in and money in getting myself a life coach.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And tell the audience, in times of stress,
Yeah.
what do you think about?
I try and think about the end game, like what is it that I want at the end of it all, and so I have this image of what that is in my life.
Yes.
And I sort of, usually I walk away from the situation and I go and do something relaxing like a Pilates class or something not so relaxing as CrossFit or something like that.
Yes.
Just to get myself out of that situation, and then usually I come back with a really, like 3 or 4 options on that stressful situation, which
Fantastic.
really wasn't too bad in the first place.
That's great. That's excellent. And do you use visualizations?
Yes, I do. I every sort of morning or every couple, I try and do it every morning. I wake up to something where I sort of set my intention for the day, and I just sort of breathe it in and breathe it out, and I've had some amazing results doing that.
Wow.
I also do 10 minutes of my own meditation.
Okay.
I try and do it every day in the
And
morning.
what kind of meditation do you do?
Just guided.
Yes.
Around creating abundance, whatever area I'm sort of struggling with at the time, I sort of focus on that for a few weeks and then move on to something else.
That's fantastic. What a great way to start your day.
Yeah.
What are some tools you use to keep motivated?
I've got a few networks that I'm in, so I try and catch up with those networks quite often, maybe once a month, and I also love my travel, so my travel is my I guess my reward for whatever I achieve. So I set myself a travel sort of thing that I'm going to do every maybe twice a year.
Yes.
And that's what I work towards.
So escapism.
Yeah. Oh well. Well, I think it's a reward.
Beautiful. So. Very good. Do you set goals, and if so, how often?
Yes, I do. I set goals probably every 3. Well, I try and set a goal every day of what I'm going to get done in the day, but high level, I sort of do one every year and then break it down to every 6 months and then 3 months. And I've got a visual vision board that I've got up in my study, where it's got sort of a visualization representation, I guess, of all my goals. So I guess, I do set goals and they change, but I just revisit them every 3 months.
Yeah, beautiful. Cav, why do you do what you do?
I guess I hit a bad point in my life where my father actually passed away, and I had the rug pulled out under me. He was sort of my backbone, and I realised I had to sort of pull up my socks and do something for myself. Yeah. And I also, there was some complications with our estate and all of that, and I basically didn't get anything, and so I thought sort of gave me motivation that I had to really create something for myself and for my family as well, and just make sure that they weren't put in the situation I was. Yep. And so that's why I started doing what I did.
What a powerful why.
Yeah.
Very powerful.
Yeah.
And tell us, what do you feel separates a champion from an average performer?
I think it's excellence. Like, I feel like for myself, I just go that extra mile. Like, I see even when I was working at ANZ as a project manager, I would just go that extra bit for my clients, and I do that extra bit for my investors, and I do that extra bit for everyone involved in anything I do. And I think it's what separates, and reading just people that succeed, that's what they do.
Yeah.
They just do that extra bit, and it doesn't take that much more, but
Yes.
it just makes a world of difference.
Absolutely.
So that's what I believe. Yeah.
Well said. And last question.
Yeah.
What tips would you give our audience to become limitless, Cav?
I believe that everyone's limitless, and I believe that everyone's got barriers, and it's just about, I guess, overcoming whatever those barriers are. I've obviously had barriers myself, and every day I come up with stuff, and I just put that aside and I just work towards my goals.
That's beautiful. Cav, thanks so much for being on the
That's
program.
right.
We know your words of wisdom, your drive and your connectedness will definitely help a lot of people out there trying to be the best they can. So
Thank
thanks
you.
so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
No worries.